Okay, I think we are live. Just gonna minimize another thing here. Hoping everybody's having a good day. Gonna listen to some tunes. It's gonna be a good time. Alright. It's been a fun week, I think. And, yeah, we're gonna dive into things in a couple of minutes. I'm just gonna wait for a few people to come on in. It doesn't look like too many people are here yet. I hope people will start showing up soon. But yeah, until they do, we're just going to hang for a little bit. Let me know if at any time the audio is too quiet or too loud or whatever have you. Oh, let's turn that down. There we go. Okay. So use that chat if you want to, chat away to me. I'll keep my eye on it, so if at any time, say, the volume for the music is a little too loud or too soft, or if you have any questions for me, just leave them down in the chat. I've got one eye on it at all times. So, yeah, looks like we've got a couple people coming in. Life is alright. Life is alright. It looks like, is it Serbian is back? I know that Serbian, you were with us a couple weeks ago, and I think last week as well when I did my my live stream. So this weekend is Victoria Day for us here in Canada, so I had today off, which allowed me a little bit more prep time, so I'm not mad dashing to the end for this live stream. I'm actually able to get everything ready for it. And speaking of, this live stream is actually being sponsored and was from a donation from a patron. And so this one is for, and I'm really hoping I'm pronouncing the first name, Andreas Olsen. I do at least know that the last name is pronounced Olsen. So thank you for coming out. And look, speak of the devil, there he is in the chat. Thank you. I was really excited that you were actually here for this. So this is, I know I was dragging my feet a lot with this one, so I sincerely apologize that it's taking me so long to get to this live stream. And live streams usually don't take a whole lot of energy to do, so there's really no excuse for why it's been so long. So yeah, this one's for you. You donated to my Patreon, which I've left the link down below if you wanted to. And I think he's actually the last one, or at least somebody else had donated. That was Isaac had donated, but I already did Isaac's last week. So this is the last one of all the ones that I had banked. So after this, it'll either be albums of my choice or Q&As, but essentially this is for Mr. Olsen, so thank you so much, Olsen, for that. So yeah, this one's for you. And today, as you know, for the title, we're listening to Oak, and unlike a few of the other ones, this album I hadn't heard before, but I have been listening to Oak just in preparation for the album review that I'm going to be doing for Olsen as well, because yeah, he donated enough that he gets a live stream and an album review, so he's going to be getting an album review for Oak as well. So I've been listening to Oak, but I haven't heard this album yet, so I'm excited to kind of dive in, and I think we're through enough. I think we've been streaming for enough now that we can dive into the album. So let's move into Lighthouse by Oak, released in 2016. So if, as I mentioned, if the audio is too loud or too soft, or if I'm too loud or too soft, let me know, because we're diving into Lighthouse by Oak. And so, yeah, I'm kind of excited. This is going to be like a train of thought, first impressions, kind of an idea for this album. I have a little bit of an idea of what to expect, but outside of what I've heard from the album that I'm prepping for the review, I haven't really heard of Oak. So we're coming into Prelude, which is pretty much exactly what I thought it was going to sound like. Just like this prelude to that sound. I also just realized I don't have any water with me, so we're going to see how long I last before I have to get up and get some water. Oh, the music I was listening to, Steve was asking, that was Mannheim Steamroller, Fresh Air. Mannheim Steamroller does a lot of like American gramophone, so he did this Fresh Air. So we were listening, I believe, to Fresh Air 3. Okay, so we've... Okay, we've dived right into home. Okay, so we're getting some... I won't spoil, don't worry. Okay. The feeling of your soul escaping from the cold. I wonder if you left it on the second floor. Okay. Ooh. Smooth. This is very smooth. Okay, I don't think I'm going to last too much without water, so I'm going to be right back. I'm just going to grab myself some water, but I want to keep listening. I'm not going to stop this. So I'm going to be like right back. Can I do this though? Here we go. Yeah. Ooh, I like that. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I really like that one moment. So I hope it circles back around so I can actually pinpoint it. Sorry about that. I just knew I wasn't going to last without some water. So I'm good. I've got my chalice full, so we're good. Hopefully I didn't leave you guys hanging too much. Yeah, this guy has a very interesting voice. Like, I'm really enjoying the, yeah, somebody's saying Canatonia. I definitely feel that for sure. Yeah, I'm liking where this song goes. Like, it reminds me of, like, a band that really uses the, kind of like where Deadwing from Porcupine Tree was going. And like the incident, like certain moments of the incident, like right here definitely feels like the Time Flies rhythm. That kind of thing. I mean, that it's been used quite a bit, but I'm liking what they're doing with this. I'm liking the build up, especially right at the beginning. I'm liking the rhythm section for sure. It's very grounded. I'm liking how they're taking a lot of time building up that foundation. This is a lot of fun. I'm liking this one so far. Yeah, Serbian, I completely agree. If Catatonia pulled an Opeth there. Yeah, I'm liking how this album starts off so far. Like, this is a really strong start. I'm really hoping they continue it on. It's reminding me of some of the more intimate moments, as I mentioned, from some of the later Porcupine Tree albums. See, that was the part that I really liked, where they slide up on a minor and end on a little bit of a major. That I really liked. It's just that little bit of a slide. I like that. I'm liking where we are in the territory. Definitely like that, those more intimate moments from like Deadwing or The Incident. Yeah, so for anybody that's just tuned in, this is Oak. And we're listening to their 2016 release, Lighthouse. So far I'm really liking this. Now we're on to the Perceiving Red. I'm liking that background sound. That like hauntingness. You know, it feels like we're in a very large house and we're kind of alone in it. We're just kind of like, am I really alone though?
Hands touching in the dark. The sound
Yeah, this guy's really selling me on his vocals.
distracts me.
Definitely has like that introspection sound going on to it.
You try not to smile, it still attracts me.
Oh, really? See, I didn't know that. I didn't realize that this was a re-release, because on Spotify it just gave me the year of 2016, so that is good to know. Thank you, Olson.
One comes to mind, did you ever find what you left me for?
I know it sounds silly, but those 3 years really do make a big difference. Yeah, because a lot happened in like 2013 and 2016. It's time to do some research. Where are they from? I'm sure they're on Prog Archives. There we go. Ooh, I like that change. I know my ad blocker's not good.
Could you say what drove us apart?
There we go. Let's find them on the Prog Archives. 'Cause yeah, I like the fact that they're taking a lot of time on these.
Your eyes are fixed on the road. I'll use the mirror until you catch me.
Excuse me.
An awkward moment, then it's gone.
Norway, if somebody hadn't already mentioned. Looks like they're a crossover prog from Norway.
Distract.
Yeah. It's like everybody found it before I did. Last to find out. Oh, they only did put out the 2 albums, eh? That's good to know. Huh.
Could we have it all?
No, I'm liking this. I'm definitely getting that. Yeah, it's hard to like really quantify these guys outside of comparing them to like what Porcupine Tree was doing. As I said, from like bits of the incident and Deadwing. Like, those are the 2 real feelings that I'm getting from these guys, and I really like that. You know, it's not necessarily like I want to say folky, but folky in the fact that it's acoustical, even though it's surrounded with so much mellotron. Excuse me. This is like a really nice airy movement too. Especially with how big Home was. Uh-oh, gotta sneeze. It's like my body doesn't want to cooperate this evening. I'm gonna be sniffling now because of the sneeze. Apologies in advance. Yeah, this is like a very introspective piece. I kind of like that. No, thank you. That is a beautiful build. That is a brilliant secondary song. No, this one's brilliant for sure. I love the atmosphere that these boys have created. So I better make sure that's correct. Excuse me, yeah. That sound in the background. Oh. I like how they use that sparingly, because I know a lot of people would want to like overuse it, and I like the fact that they're able to like use it just enough to get the taste in it. Oh, that was actually really gorgeous. Yeah, the drumming on there was really, really well done, and they know when to use it. Because throughout most of the track, there wasn't a whole lot of drumming. It wasn't until that end piece that like the drumming really came through. So that was gorgeous. Okay, so now we're on to the fourth track of Munich. I probably mispronounced that, but whatever.
You leave the lights on, don't fall asleep.
Okay.
Your dream will enter when you're so far away. Remember the days when we had it all figured out. We travel apart and your night is my day.
Yeah, I know. The songs on this one are a little shorter. I'm just looking through the runtime here. There's only one song that's longer than about 6.5 minutes, and that's at 8:45. So shorter, condensed pieces on this. But I'm liking it. It gives us a little bit more room to grow. It gives us a little bit more ground to cover.
Salvation by drowning alone in a lake.
Honestly, I'm really liking the bass line here.
Keep to myself and your God. Restoring my soul never took this much time.
That's a little bit of a stretch on the vocal work there.
When I'm me by myself, I am hearing your voice. The sound of a friend who lived there before.
Okay, I like the territory that we're in now. Ooh. That was a nice flourish. A little bit of an extra spice.
Asked me to stay and abandon my evil.
Yeah, now that you've mentioned the drumming, I'm really paying attention to it. I love that change. That little bit of a key change right there at the end of that chorus. Oof. It's a nice little seasoning on the top there. Okay, a little bit of respite. Excuse me. I'm really liking where this is going. I love that background noise. The layers that we have on this track are really juicy. Okay, I like that little half skip beat. It's a little bit of a shame that that song is so short because I felt like they could have really made that grow, but I like where we were in the time. I really, really liked where we were. That was a lot of fun. That was a great build. They could have really used that and then used that as a plateau to the next movement. I don't want to say it's like a missed opportunity because it is nice where it ended, but at the same time, that prog part of me is just like, but they could have used that for a little bit more. But anyway, that's Munich. Or Munich? I don't think it's Munich. I think it's Munich. Now we're on to the 5th track of Stars Underwater. Let's see where we're going in this one. So far, it's started really, really nicely. So let's see where we go from here. Oh yeah, there's a lot of different layers, that's for sure. So the FLAC would have been great. I'm just streaming it off of Spotify with my Logitech speakers. So gosh, I don't think I need this anymore. I'll hang up my earbuds. I'm really enjoying how they're using the Mellotron. The vocalist reminds me very much of the fellow that we were following last week as well. This definitely feels not necessarily grungy like the last guy did. A little bit like, say, like the Crash Test Dummies, where he's staying in the lower range. Yeah, I'm really liking how these guys are able to build up their songs. I really like how they're using the rhythm section, like the drum work, to create that waltz feel. This is very dark. Okay, here we go. I would like to know if that's more of a... Yeah, this definitely does feel like a Pain of Salvation. I feel like this is a little bit more smooth, though. A little bit more polished. A little bit less raw. Ooh, I like those harmonizations within the lower range. Yeah, for sure. I'm really enjoying that bass line.
Just give me your name, we can play a game. Get down on your knees when I ask you to. When I ask you to. You know what to say, I know all the ways. It's a silly dance.
almost wish this song goes somewhere else, though. Like, I know we're kind of in a constrained box at being just over 5 minutes, but at the same time, they're laying down some amazing foundations and some great ideas that I really want to hear expanded upon. They didn't go through the note sequences I thought they were going to. That's interesting. That took an interesting turn. I guess the song's over, that's why. Alright, where are we going from here now? Alright, so that was Stars Underwater. Now we're coming into, let's see, what song is this one? Number 6, Interlude 1, which I think will just kind of be like Prelude, which was that first track. And then this is going to, I think this is the midpoint of the album. Because after this we come into the C, the longest track. So this gives us a little bit of a breather. I almost wish Stars Underwater did a little bit more, seeing as that's kind of the midpoint of the album. So I don't really feel the weight of an interlude after Stars Underwater. Like, it's not saying that Stars Underwater wasn't a bad song or anything. I just kind of wish that it did more so that I can appreciate, like, a rest. Now this is pleasant enough. I really enjoy an interlude. Gets us ready for the next big track, and the next big track, the 7th track, which is the C. Just reminds me of one of my old favorite jokes of what's a pirate's favorite letter? And you're supposed to go, oh, it's R's. You'd be thinking that, but it really be the C. So coming in, we're going to visit the C, and this is the longest track off of the album. So let's see where this goes. Okay. Like that little bit of a build-up creates anticipation, although I don't know if it was needed after Interlude 1. That was interesting. Interesting choice. I like how the rhythm is doing a 2-part here with the drums and the drum machine. That's kind of a nice dance that we have creating the rhythm there.
Just tell me the truth. What it's all about.
Oh, hey, it looks like my main man Brian is here. What's up? I haven't seen you in a while. We need to do that crossover video. We're listening to some Oak. Yeah, so far this is interesting. Okay, they're really taking their time with this one, which I appreciate. Yeah, so we'll figure something out. Brian and I will probably do some kind of a crossover. Maybe in the summer when we have a little bit more time. Okay. So where are we going with this song? That's what I want to know. This is the longest song off of the track, off the album. So excited to hear where we're going. Yeah, I think I need about 1,500 more, and then I'm at my 10,000 subs, and it's been a goal of mine for a long time, and when I do finally reach it, I'm going to dance around Toronto, so hopefully we can make that happen. Okay, so where are we going with this song? That's what I want to know. They're really taking their time with this one. We're almost touching the halfway mark. They're definitely taking their time creating the atmosphere, creating the world. We're world building for sure. But where are we gonna go? Okay, I can hear something building in the background. Something's a brewing. Very like Opethian. Is that the verb? Opethian? Like an Opeth-esque guitar lick that they were doing in that little bit of a interlude there. That's a hashtag I can get behind. Hashtag make notes dance the TO. I can get behind that. Yeah, a little bit Floydish. This is a very bold choice to do at the halfway mark of the album. And a halfway mark of the song, too. I mean, I understand this is the C. So what are we going to do? What are we gonna do? Yeah, for sure. Sounds like we're going into a little bit of a darker territory here. Okay, we're building up a little bit more. I can agree to that, Brian. I can agree to that. We can do something along those lines, sure. This is a very interesting build and finish of the song. I think my favorite part so far are those background noises that we get. Very haunting. It's almost like the panic of a calm, which I think is what this song is trying to instill, right? Like, the sea itself is calm, but that horror of having nothing but sea around you, I really like how that's instilled in that music because it's a very soothing and a very like it's hard to put your finger on. But it's not bombastic in any way, but it is still very intense and very haunting. All right, thank you for stopping by, Brian. Hopefully we'll do that collaboration in the future. Steve, now I think you're just trying to name off bands. Yeah, this is an interesting song for a midpoint. Okay, now we're coming into Firewalk with Me. I'm wondering if this is an homage to Twin Peaks. Because I love Twin Peaks. It's one of my all-time favorite shows, so I'm wondering if this is going to be a callback to that in any way. Oh, I know that lick. Yeah, this is definitely feeling like the Damnation era of Opeth. Liking that. Let's try that again. I'm liking how the song is opening itself up. Yeah, it's very hypnotic. That's for sure. This is also one of the first songs in a while that's been more airy. It's been lighter. All the other songs have been very, very heavy. This is the first one that's a little bit on the lighter side. It's a nice little respite, that's for sure. Ooh, I like that little bit. That was fun. See, here I don't think he's reaching. Way back when I first said that he was reaching for that one note, I feel like this is a little bit more natural. When he's hitting those higher notes, at least. See, I like this part. I like how this kind of opens itself back up. It's almost vulnerable. So yeah, so far I'm not hearing anything musically, thematically, or lyrically that ties it to Twin Peaks, so I think it might just be a coincidence. Okay. So where are we going now? How are we going to bring this on home a little bit? I know that piano work and the guitar work is uncannily like the Damnation era. Definitely like Opeth in their quieter moments. Yeah, this is beautiful. I really like this one. I like how it's solo. Yeah. Oops. I do like how it ties back into the ocean. Or, I guess, the sea. So now we're coming into Interlude 2, and it's interesting how quickly it follows Interlude 1 with only 2 tracks separating it. Now I do know that The Sea and Fire Walk With Me are a little bit on the longer side. I think it's, they're 2 of the longest tracks off the album. But they're also a little bit on the subtle side. Like when we were doing Home and Perceive Red and Munich, those were really powerhouse songs, and I almost feel like those were the ones that almost needed an interlude. So it's interesting how we're coming into Interlude 2. And it looks like Interlude 2 is the longest of these kind of interludes. It's also, I think, the last one. Because we had Prelude, Interlude 1, and now Interlude 2. I guess there's Postludium? Anyway. So, let's see. I guess we're coming into the last quarter of the album now. Gee, it shouldn't be yawning this much. Ooh. Okay. So now we're on to Where Did the Summer Go? Where did the summer go?
City of bleeding hearts, sharing the sleepless nights, shut through an open door. All we are fighting for.
I have not heard The Edge of Sanity.
Some things will never pass, sinking like broken glass.
I'll have to check them out if I can find the time. Yeah, so far for a debut album, this is quite solid. Excuse me.
Flowers and candlelights, friendship and quiet nights, touch of a mother's hand, gather on common ground. Losing a precious star reminds us of who we are. Silver and gold, what we've been sold won't be by our sides when we're old.
I really like the lyrical content of this song.
Where did the summer go? Think it is deep below. Darkness is losing ground. I'm hearing the sweetest sound. And when the days are past, we'll be at home at last. Losing a precious star reminds us of who we are. Silver and gold, what we've been sold won't be by our sides when we're old. What you have got to give, use it and we shall live. I'll stay by your side and time will provide the promise of a better day.
I really like this song. I appreciate the song for what it's doing at this point in the album. It's almost like a dark pastel. You know, like a pastel that's just been smudged a little bit. Really like this. And being so far into the album at this point, it's a very interesting choice to have it so far in. Especially with so much darkness that's been surrounding it. And I mean, it is a very short song too, at just over 3 minutes. That was quite beautiful, actually. Okay, I think that was the shortest song proper. And we're coming into Lighthouse, the title track. Oh, this is an interesting one. Let's see where this goes. This is an interesting start.
Sun going down and our friends start searching for land. A young boy by a lighthouse covered in sand, warning his family as fast as he can.
I do like the groove of the bass line.
Searching the shore, a band of strangers will be fighting my war, and I will die, hiding from God in the waves, covering my tracks.
I don't know if I can get over that guitar sound. It's really reminded me of Coldplay of all things. I don't know why. I think it just might be the effect of the guitar.
Old man traveled alone and got lost on his way.
I do enjoy how the bass line though is very up front though. That's good.
Hope was gone, all was tainted and gray.
We're getting a little bit of a background noise within the...
Tear down the lighthouse, send out a warning, keeping away from the shore.
The last Coldplay album? No, I did not like the last Coldplay album at all. I thought it's their weakest work in, I think, ever. Yeah, didn't like the last one. Ghost Story still I loved. But yeah, what was it? Kaleidoscope or something like that?
Tear down the lighthouse, send out a warning, keeping away from the shore. A few years have passed, we're still searching the shore.
Interesting so far, yeah.
A band of strangers will be fighting my war, and I will die, hiding from God in the waves, covering my
I don't know how I feel about that. this last song, or I guess this track in particular. I mean, I'm almost caught in the fact that it's very like accessible. Like it's almost very off-brand for them so far. Like the drum work here is very, very simplistic and not necessarily in a good way. It's a shame that song didn't do a whole lot for me. I just didn't really feel anything on that one. Okay, and now we're coming into Postludium. Postludium? Walk of Atonement. The last track, the last one. Let's see how this one goes. Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing there, Steve. Yeah, the organ does definitely sound like bagpipes. I think this is it. I think this is the song. I mean, it's a beautiful outro. It really is. Well, no, I don't collect albums I don't like. I usually won't pick up an album in physical format unless I know I like it. I mean, I used to pick up, when that was the only way to listen to music way back when, I had a lot of CDs that I didn't like. But now, because I can hear an album before I buy it, I only really buy albums on physical format that I know I like, which is why I have a rating of I'll pick it up in physical format, because that means I like it to such an extent that I'll pick it up in physical format. Okay. Yeah, I think the only time I'll pick up an album I don't like is if I'm trying to complete an artist's discography. But even then, there'll be a reason why I'm picking it up. Like, just to further answer, because we're done the album. I have all of Genesis's albums, but I don't have Abacab. And I don't have We Can't Dance. I did see Calling All Stations actually in a record store the other day on vinyl, but I didn't pick it up because there's only 3 songs I like off of that album. But I do have like their self-titled work. I do have Invisible Touch because I do actually enjoy those albums. Okay, so that was Lighthouse by Oak. Just some final thoughts before I sign off for this evening. Really, really strong album for sure. Very dark, very atmospheric. As I had mentioned throughout this whole live stream, it reminds me of, say, like an Opeth Damnation style, with some of the more intimate moments that we found on The Incident or Deadwing from Porcupine Tree. That kind of dark, a little bit on the folky side, but not like straight up folk. Folky in terms of like being more acoustic in approach, but still very dark in presentation. The start of the album was very, very strong. Interlude, Home was probably my favorite album, followed up by Perceiving Red. I feel like they structured this album very, very well in the first couple of songs. Munich was fine, and then once we start to get to like Stars Underwater, it started to peter out a little bit. And then the rest of the album, unfortunately, really didn't go anywhere in terms of like where they had started at the beginning. It'd be really interesting for me to sit down and really dive deep in terms of the lyrical content to see, because I could definitely feel a theme running through it. So I wonder if the theme is persistent and present throughout the rest of the album. Definitely hearing a lot of like the sea, the lighthouse, that type of thing, home. A very strong starter album, very atmospheric for sure. I think they lost their way though at the end there. The Sea and Firewalk with Me didn't really go anywhere, and I'm actually just going to put on some background music so I'm not talking here in the silence. We'll head back to Mannheim Steamroller. Getting back, let's go a little bit. There we go. That's a little better. I think The Sea was a little too long, even though I appreciate what they did. I think maybe The Sea could have been a good ending track. And shuffled around some of the songs in that sense. Because I definitely, like, one of my other favorite songs was Where Did the Summer Go? I think this one needs to be really, probably after Munich. Because that would have provided a really good flow in that sense. Because I really, really enjoyed Where Did the Summer Go? I thought that was very heartfelt. I thought that was very personal. Lighthouse, though, didn't do anything for me. I thought it was a little too accessible, a little too song by the numbers. It almost felt like they were trying to make a single out of it than anything else. But yeah, overall, it was still a really good album. I would need a little bit more time under my belt before I give it any kind of like a official rating or anything. But yeah, I'm gonna dive in and perform an album review for their album that they released after this, which is, if I bring that up, why am I bringing it up there when I could just look it up here? The False Memory Archive, and that was released last year. So I'll be reviewing that. Hopefully next week I'll have an album review for that. So keep an eye out for that. And just to close everything off, I'm going to thank my patrons again. This one's going out to Andreas Olsen. I saw him in the chat there, so I'm glad that he was able to take part in the chat and talk us through some of the albums there. That was really, really interesting. Thank you so much for coming out and donating as well, Andreas Olsen. And thank you to all my other patrons there. They have all helped in some way, shape, or form. Most of them got a album review, and all of them got streams, so really excited to put all those out. That takes care of all my back cataloging of offering streams to people. So if anybody else wants to donate, you'll get a new stream. Otherwise, I guess in the future I'll just have to come up with albums on myself, which won't be like reactions. There'll be albums that I know of, or they'll just be Q&As that I've already had. So yeah, thank you, Andreas. That was great. Really enjoyed that, and really getting into oak. And if you want to follow any of my social media or whatever, that's behind me as well, or I guess below me, or whatever it is. All right, cool. I'm just going to make sure that I've touched upon all the questions that I think there might have been. Let's see here. See you when you do the next one. Yay! Curious your thoughts, False Memory Archive. Yeah, you're going to hear it. Do Taylor Swift albums listening streams when she releases her new album? Ooh, maybe I'll do a live album. Oh, yeah. You're only going to be able to watch that one live if I do a Taylor Swift stream, because she'll pull that down immediately. And yeah, and then adding where summer goes, yeah, for sure. Okay, so I think that's about it. I'm going to sign off because we're just getting over the hour there. So thank you guys all for coming out and making this a really enjoyable stream. And so I guess until next time, notes out.